And good morning. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, Dawg Knight. You know, I've been thinking about this. I need to make a better intro than that little Morning Night Live sun blurb thing. I got to have an introduction and a closing. You know, I've been just doing this kind of by the seat of my pants, learning how to use OBS here on the computer, and I just got to do some new things. I'm going to add some stuff to make it even more exciting. So, good morning, people. Hello, Camel, Alan Sawyer, Nuts. Everyone calls you Nuts. I always go Nits, even though it's Nights. I know it's Stargazer Nights. I get it. I get what you were trying to do there. But everyone calls you Nuts, and I'm like, well, you're not nuts. You're a jewel. You're a jewel to all of us who have you as a moderator, so we appreciate you, and I appreciate all of you, of course. Welcome to the show. I haven't put out the Twitter handle yet, so maybe I'll do that real quick too, which I forgot to do. And if you actually, you know what? Instead of me doing it, there's a little thing right down here that has an arrow and it says share, and I'm gonna put it on my Twitter, but you can share it however you want. I just let me know. Or I'll see that. So I really appreciate you all. So good morning, Tyler F. Good to see you. I'm going to put out my own notification on Twitter, though, because I do need to do that. There's a few people who get this via tweet. So, but the show already started. So I'll just put the show has begun. And I'm actually going to... It's going to be another Jussie Smollett day. And you know what? I am just, I don't know. I love this story. It cracks me up. If you're wondering, what I found as I came home from my son's basketball game. They won last night, by the way. They are now 21-1, and they are number 5 in Division III basketball in the country. So that's pretty exciting. Anyway, I got back to the game last night, and I needed to go to bed, but I had to just come check some things out. And I went through I did put Twitter, Jussie Smollett. Or Smollett, or however he says it. I'm going to say, I'll pronounce it several different ways, but it's Jussie. Jussie. Anyway, and I can't believe how many people have no idea that this story is questionable. They believe this to their soul. So I'm going to put talking about Jussie again, and there's the hashtag, the link, and there we go. So I just put that on Twitter myself. Anyway, good to see you. I'm happy you're here, and let's just get started. So, the other day, I read this article, or not they had posted the police report on one of the Chicago local news stations because they got a FOIA request and got a copy of the original police report. Now, here is how ABC News decided to report that article, or that police report. This is amazing to me. Newly revealed report offers chilling details of alleged Jussie Smollett attack. At least they use the word alleged. But whatever they call this line next is the Empire, well, it should have been Empire Star, said he was brutally attacked in a possible hate crime last week. Now, you know what? Even they still use the word possible. But I'm not going to show you how George Stephanopoulos reports it. I'm actually just going to read this because this is hilarious to me. And in fact, let's see, what do they link to here? I think do they link to the police report? Okay, that's just his emotional statement. Anyway, harrowing details emerged in the Jussie Smollett case. What the hell is that?
To help you create a unique look
somebody
for your home.
is
So you can work around that
good God.
special piece.
If y'all can hear that, I'm going to just close that. Apparently, there's a pop-up ad on there. Anyway, let's go back here. All right, so, oh, Oh, gosh, this is crazy. All right, so harrowing details emerged in the Jussie Smollett case Monday, nearly a week after the Empire actor told police he was brutally attacked. He was so beat up. He was just beat to hell, wasn't he? In what authorities are calling a possible hate crime in Chicago. An initial incident report released by the Chicago Police Department on Monday revealed that a 60-year-old friend of Smollett called the police on his behalf and said the actor did not want to report the offense. However, he believes it be in the best interest to. So that was in the police report. Now look at the headline. Newly revealed report offers chilling details of alleged Jussie Smollett attack. So again, once they arrived, responding officers said they found Smollett at his home with stained clothing and a white rope draped around his neck, according to the report, which ABC News has obtained via a Freedom of Information Act. And that was the ABC News reporter in Chicago who got that. When we get through this article, you're going to notice something tellingly absent from the article. Smollett, who portrays a gay musician on Fox's Empire, said the attack happened last Tuesday at around 2 a.m. as he was leaving a Subway restaurant. He told police that the two attackers gained his attention by yelling racial and homophobic slurs and began to beat him about the face with their hands. Just randomly ran up to him, yelled homophobic and racist slurs, and started beating the crap out of him. That alone. Yeah, they just jumped out and beat the crap out of him. They used their hands, feet, and teeth as weapons in the assault, according to the report. Now, if you read the report, no. That says that those are the possible weapons, meaning that there were no weapons used, there were no firearms. They're just saying that this is an attack in a category of hands, feet, teeth, body parts. Anyway, the primary aggressor was wearing a black mask, concealing any facial features, and both offenders were dressed in black, according to the report. The victim does not remember any other distinguishing features of the offenders or in which direction they fled, it added. Meaning, yeah, the initial reports that said it was two white guys were wrong. Notice that they don't mention that. Strange. Anyway, although Smollett was unable to identify his alleged attackers, he did provide officers with an approximate height and weight for one of the assailants. Now, he did do that. And then the incident report goes into detail what the 36-year-old actor and singer told officers about the alleged assault, including information about a noose being placed around his neck and an unknown chemical, possibly bleach, being poured on him. Now, that's interesting because the police report does not mention noose. And I can go back and find that, but there's no noose in the report. It didn't say noose. It said a rope around his neck. And later we find out that that is a clothesline. But it doesn't say anything about it. A noose is a very specific thing. A noose is a rope wrapped as a hanging device. Okay, that's the police report does not say noose. Just says, in fact, up here it's more accurate. Where is it? Right here. Stained clothing and white rope draped around his neck. It was a white rope draped around his neck, not a noose. Anyway, and then the report surfaced just hours after Chicago Police Department spokesman Anthony Guglielmi tweeted that investigators located. I'm sorry. The report also confirmed that Smollett told police he received hate mail at his place of work, whatever, on January 22nd, a week before the alleged attack. And then they're seeing more security cameras. And then it says Smollett returned to the stage the first time since reporting the attack at a performance in California over the weekend, which you probably remember this little ditty.
Regardless of what anyone else says, I will only stand for love. And I hope that you all stand with me. So thank you. Let's have a good show. Let's have a good time. Let's do it.
Yes, I will only stand for love. I will only. Here, wait a minute. You got to see this better. I will only stand for love. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Okay, enough of that shit. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, I'm not fully healed yet. Well, what do you mean not fully healed? Fully healed from what? A scrape on your cheek and a bruise? But I'm going to be, and I'm going to stand strong with y'all, he told the cheering crowd. He said his family and friends had urged him to cancel the performance, which was scheduled before the alleged incident, but he declined because he didn't need to, and you saw him dancing around if you've been watching me for a few days. Who else showed up here? There's some other people here, and I don't and they haven't, are you just lurking? That's okay. If you want to just lurk, that's cool too. But if not, I'd like to just put some in the chat so I can say hello to you. Anyway, so what's missing from this report by ABC News was the most obvious part of the initial report that he claimed somewhere along the line, because the TMZ report said that the people beating him, one, were white males. We don't know that. And two, that they said, "You're in MAGA country." Fascinating that this report does not mention that. Now, let's watch George and see what he says. Maybe he mentions that. Hi, Circus Zero. How you doing? And Maniac Man, MAGA country. Yeah. I'm going to start acting like the, I keep saying the Hughes twins. It's not the Hughes twins. Gosh darn it, I don't know. Hey, speaking of driving, now I'm late starting the 70. You know what? A lot of people say that I sound like Polydub, and maybe I sound like Polydub, and maybe I don't. But here's something that Polydub and I do have in common: our stream always starts late. Hodge twins, thank you. So at least we have that. Polydub and I. One of the reasons today. Oh, by the way, I did not forget the reparations coffee, which I'm taking a sip of right now. Anyway, part of the reason I'm late today is because we have 6 French inches of global warming on our driveway this morning, so I had to break out the snowblower and take care of that as I got home this morning. So, you know, I can always come up with something. There's always a reason that I'm a little bit late. Anyway, all right, let's listen to George Stephanopoulos here. Let's see if he happens to mention anything about the MAGA country issue.
ABC's Alex Perez is covering the case in Chicago. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning. That's right, George. Those new details coming
Wait
from
a minute. Wait a minute. Alex. Now, this is someone I haven't seen covering this. I'm going to have to see if he has a Twitter, too. Anyway, all right, there we go.
Report, you can see some parts of it have been redacted. Now, according to report, the actor initially did not want to report the incident, but was convinced by his creative director to notify authorities.
Oh, so this guy's his creative director. He has a 60-year-old creative director? That's weird. I mean, well, maybe not. I mean, I would trust Barry Gordy to be a creative director, too. But anyway, let's go on.
Now, the star of the show Empire told investigators his attack.
The star of the show Empire. He's a star of the show Empire. Terrence Howard and, God, what is her name? Why do I keep forgetting her name? They're the stars, but he is a star of the show, I suppose. All right, come on.
Hackers, 2 masked men, actually referenced the show and called him racial and homophobic slurs before battering him in the face, putting a noose around his neck, and pouring.
There's that word noose again. And battering him in the face. You know, if you notice, too, from the pictures with the cut, it's I can't say her name. Taraji Henson. Yeah, she's a pretty good actress. I mean, she kind of just plays herself all the time. But anyway.
Pouring an unknown chemical on him.
Unknown chemical. Bleach is very distinctive. I don't know why it'd be unknown. That's weird, too.
Now, the report says he was bruised and indicates the attackers used hands, feet, and teeth as weapons. The report also reveals that Smollett was sober and was able... Yeah,
teeth. What, they hit him, kicked him, and bit him? And he fought them off gallantly with his phone in hand, talking to his manager and carrying his Subway sandwich. Oh, my
to show
God.
Authorities where exactly the attack happened. So far, no arrests have been made.
The attack.
Yeah.
New details in the Jussie.
Stop! Oh wait, what's this? Another report. Let's see what this. It just popped up right after that. Let's listen to this one.
case. The Empire actor apparently did not want to go to police. Investigators in Chicago now say Smollett's friend told officers the actor did not want to report.
Yeah, he didn't want to go to police because this could be something else. Good morning, Johnny Hillcat. How you doing, brother?
The alleged attack against him, but the friend believed he should come forward. Meanwhile, police say they're now reviewing video from additional surveillance cameras in the area. 2 people of interest have still not been. All
right, enough of that. ABC News would probably strike me anyway. All right, so that's that one. Now, let's go back. I want to go through this because, hang on, coffee time. Ooh, Circus Zero. Just picked up my vehicle from the shop. $775 to fix. I hate cars. I had this little chip in my windshield. And as of this morning, that chip has turned into a big old line of cracked glass, so I'm going to have to get my windshield replaced. I feel your pain there, brother or sister, or I don't know what you are, Circus. I feel your pain, Circus. I feel your pain. All right, so that's the ABC News one. So I'm going through this stuff. This is really, if you're wondering why people have no idea that this whole thing is fishy, it's that kind of report there. Just saying that, new information reveals things about this brutal attack. It's like, come on, people. So as I'm going through Twitter last night, and so here's another interesting one. So this is from LA Weekly, and I saw this tweet. I'm like, what the hell does this mean? This from today. Ultimately, it really doesn't matter if the assailants shouted, "This is MAGA country" or not. I believe they did, because we don't need explicit evidence that Trump's hatred is making people more brazen to display their hatred as well. What the hell are you talking about? This is like, well, it doesn't matter if it's true. It just matters if the essence of the idea is plausible and it's your hate. Screw you. Let's read the stupid article, though, because this is why people even believe this nonsense of a story. And this is what I'm going blind into, but let's go through it because it's just nonsense. Anyway, so this is from someone named Michael Cooper, and I doubt if it's the one that used to play for the Lakers. But anyway, I've written about many upsetting topics about prejudice against the LGBTQ community in this column, but this week's is one of the most unsettling and difficult to write about. Now, he wrote this yesterday. It's been over a week, or close to a week, that this incident happened. There's anyone who actually has gone in and looked at the evidence that people are putting out would know that this story doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I don't want to pop up from LA Weekly. Anyway, it's most unsettling and difficult to write about. It's been a little over a week since it happened, but with our current news cycle, it's been pushed out of the spotlight, and it for sure is it's probably not in the spotlight because it's starting to look stupid. It's starting to like, good God. Anyway, and it shouldn't be. In the early morning of Tuesday, January 29th, openly gay black actor. Now, it's very important for them to constantly say that this is gay black actor Jussie Smollett, because that is what drives the outrage over the story. If this was just some random dude in Chicago getting shot, you'd never know his name. Oh, that happens every day. And there wouldn't be 14 detectives on it. Anyway. Gay black actor Jussie Smollett, who plays the openly gay character of Jamal Lyon on Fox's Empire, was attacked in a racist, homophobic hate crime in Chicago. This is 6 days later when we know this probably didn't happen. The actor just gotten off a plane in Chicago and went to a Subway to grab a sandwich around 2 a.m. According to Chicago police spokesman Anthony Guglielmi, Smollett told detectives that during his walk back from Subway, he was attacked by 2 men near the lower entrance of the Lowe's Chicago Hotel. Now, that's the first time anyone said the Lowe's Chicago Hotel, but we know where this is about. We've seen the map. Smollett said that 2 men yelled, "Empire faggot" and "Empire nigger" while striking him. 2 men put a noose around his neck. No, well, whatever, and poured bleach on him. Now, see, there again, the police report still hasn't. There's been no police report that has identified the substance as bleach. They all say unknown chemical. So it keeps going back and forth. It's just nuts. Thank you, Knights, for shilling my Streamlabs. If you feel free. I mean, you don't have to. Actually, again, if you can share this out and get more people viewing, that'd be great too. Anyway, in fact, you can. And if open a window with a Twitter account if you have one, and find somebody who believes this story and send it to them. I should just start doing that. I should just, everyone on Twitter that I see that believes a story, open up or just tweet this link to them. Anyway, so anyway, you know the story, okay? One day later, okay, and this is good God. Smollett says he was on the phone with his manager when it all happened. No, the manager said they were on the phone. He was able to get himself to the hospital and still had the rope around his neck when police arrived to preserve the evidence. So they're putting things in his mouth. There's nowhere it said anything about him preserving the evidence. And also she's got the timeline wrong. He was in the apartment first. They interviewed him. He went to the hospital later, even though they offered to call for transport. So the timeline's messed up here. Anyway, one day later, Sergeant Cindy Guerra confirmed that Smollett said in a follow-up interview that his attacker yelled, "This is MAGA country." MAGA, of course, stands for Trump's 2016 campaign slogan, "Make America Great Again." I'm glad you told me that. Wouldn't have never known. So, and the only reason they had a supplemental interview is because the police get this information from TMZ instead of from the person who they're interviewing. When the news broke, Smollett received an outpouring of love and support from many in the entertainment industry and beyond. The entire studio network and production stands united in the face of any despicable act of violence and hate, and especially against one of our own. 20th Century Fox Television and Fox Entertainment, which produced Empire, said in a statement. And then just all the other people who... This is kind of goes on and on about the people who are supporting him. Taraj Benson says, "I wish what happened to my baby was just one big bad joke, but it wasn't, and we all feel his pain right now. Jussie Smollett is pure love to the bone, and that is why so many are feeling his pain, because it is our pain. I tell you one thing, hate will not win." Lee Daniels, creator of Empire, said on Instagram, "You didn't deserve, nor does anybody deserves, to have a noose put around your neck, to have bleach thrown on you, to be called die, faggot, nigger, or whatever they said to you. You are better than that. We are better than that. America is better than that. It starts at home. We have to love each other regardless of what sexual orientation we are, because it shows that we are united on a united front." Isn't that redundant? We are united on a united front. Couldn't we just say we are on a united front? That ain't... Good God. It's just another fucking day in America. Now notice, Lee Daniels deleted that post. That's interesting. Lee Daniels deleted that post on Instagram. I don't know if it's because it had the picture of Smollett that showed he had barely a minor injury scratch to his face or what, but who knows. Anyway, and then breaking his silence. Oh my God. On Friday, February 1st, Smollett broke his silence to Essence in a statement. Essence is a magazine geared, targeted to black women. Broke his silence to Essence in a statement following one made earlier by his family. He's okay, blah, 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 but he's strong. So now, let's get just into really what I wanted to find in this article. Here it is. So according to LA Weekly, Smollett's statement gets right to the heart of the matter. His attack may have received more headlines due to his fame, but this kind of racist and homophobic behavior is running rampant in America today. Is it really? Is it running rampant? Are there incidents? It may, I'm not denying that there is some racism in America and there is some homophobia in America, and maybe an incident occasionally happens here and there. I don't see people just out in hordes looking for people to beat up. I just don't. Maybe I need to get out more. I don't know. This kind of racist and homophobic behavior is running rampant in America today, especially living in Trump's America. At the end of last year, the FBI reported hate crimes that spiked 17% across the country. This isn't a coincidence. You're right. It's not a coincidence, because the reason you're having this spike in hate crimes is because hate crimes have just been begun. The FBI has just had some guidance to law enforcement agencies recently to begin reporting hate crimes so they could track them. As more agencies get on board to report hate crimes, there are more hate crimes reported. It's not that necessarily that there is an increase. Also, in the report, I should probably look up this report, but in that report too, a lot of the hate crimes like that are reported also turn out to be false. So yes, there's been a spike in hate crimes reported as many more agencies and begin to do the reporting. That's something that is never mentioned in these types of articles. Moving on. Some of the right-wing media, of course, the right-wing media, it's not just the media, because I know ABC in Chicago is not right-wing media, and that little police blotter blog in Chicago is not right-wing media. Some right-wing media have claimed that the MAGA country detail being left out of Smollett's initial interview means it's fabricated, but many victims... Are they going to give me an anecdote right now? I haven't read this yet. I'm going to get an anecdote as evidence. And also a vague anecdote. But many victims, be they hate crime, rape, or domestic violence victims, are in a state of shock after their attack and may not remember every single detail in their initial interview. Okay, it wasn't a anecdotal, but whatever. Smollett's manager, who was allegedly on the phone with him, corroborated the MAGA detail, though it's been reported that the phone was not given to police for privacy reasons. Privacy reasons. Just good, again, unbelievable. Ultimately, and then this is it. Here's that line. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter if the assailants shouted, "This is MAGA country" or not. I believe they did, though, because that's the writer, not me. Because we don't need explicit evidence that Trump's hatred is making people more brazen to display their hatred as well. If the president of the United States can call Mexicans rapists and criminals, he did not call Mexicans rapists and criminals in general. He said, he was saying, they're sending over, that Mexico's sending criminals, they're sending whatever, and they're, THEIR, rapists, because there is evidence over the last 20 years that Mexican prisoners have been coming over the border, former criminals. Good God. There's evidence. Oh my God. Anyway, there. You know, and how every time you do a there on Twitter, someone corrects you. Yeah, if you listen to the sentence that he said, he was saying, they're sending this, they're rapists, they're making a list of things that Mexico is sending over the border. Just fight me. If you don't believe me. Anyway, all right. So anyway, yeah. Ultimately, it doesn't matter if they shouted, "This is MAGA country." If the president of the United States can call Mexican rapists and criminals, or say that a KKK rally and an anti-KKK rally have very fine people on both sides, well, it wasn't a KKK rally either. And you know, that whole Charlottesville thing. That's a whole nother topic I should get into someday. Good morning, Terracotta. Nice to see you. But I'm not going to go into it. Very proud people. Then Joe Schmo on the streets can certainly put his racism on full display too. So this is the type of article that just, it doesn't matter if it it doesn't matter if it really happened the way you said it did. It could have happened. And it's kind of like when Ocasio, AOC, what's her name? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, said, well, it doesn't matter if you have details and facts. It just matters that you're morally right. Yeah, no, there need to be some facts. Okay, so that's that. But and then it just goes on and talks more crap about, who did this and it's Trump's fault and this incident, which we're gonna find. And here's what's gonna happen when they find out it didn't happen and he gets in trouble for it, or maybe not because it's Chicago. They're still going to say, well, it's still indicative of the hate in Trump's America. Well, for an incident that didn't happen, kind of like they said, well, that kid shouldn't have been smirking at the Indian, even though the kid didn't go up to the guy. Just annoying as F. Good God. Anyway, so that's why people still believe it, because you get articles like that. They're just full of crap. And it's really, really, really annoying. Let's see. What's going on here. Seems my prediction falling right in line. I'm thinking just a couple more days and we'll know the truth. Oh, that was me. I wrote that. Never mind. All right. And Tyler F., thank you for retweeting the link out this morning. So now, let's just go through some of the Twitter stuff I found last night, because I'm rambling on and on and on. And I love this story and I could ramble on it for days, and I hope you aren't getting bored of me talking about it, because I talk about it all the time. So yeah, it forced a conversation that didn't need to happen. Exactly. It's just, oh my God. They just know it could have been true. There used to be a joke about that. About things that didn't happen, but it could have happened, whatever. So DeRay McKesson, one of my very, very favorite grievance grifters, had a tweet out yesterday stating, I realized today that Chicago reporter Rafer Weigel is responsible for much of the misinformation disseminated by Chicago Police Department sources about Jussie Smollett, as he literally just repeats whatever the police say. What? Now, this is interesting because Andrew if you're familiar with him, pretty serious allegation. Can you provide some evidence that Weigel is spreading misinformation? Is your source Smollett himself? He has not made himself available for any interviews, which is true. No one who's critical of Smollett is going to get a chance to interview him. I guarantee that. But that's interesting. Misinformation disseminated by Chicago Police Department sources about whatever, as he literally repeats whatever the police say. Isn't that what the reporting is supposed to do? And it's not. I'm pretty sure he chose Rafer Weigel because Rafer Weigel is from Fox 32 in Chicago, and he associates Fox with Fox News. But it's also the two guys from ABC that I've been reading. It's all the reporters that are from the Chicagoland area are reporting that way. But again, so DeRay McKesson, misinformation disseminated. He's calling anything that goes against what these claims are as disinformation. So it's people who are just pushing this. What else did we have here? I'm going to start closing windows here. Oh, now this is interesting. Now this is Joe Budden, and Joe Budden is I think it's called State of the Culture, his podcast. He's a podcaster, and now, he has an interesting take on this, too, because he doesn't believe this story. And so let's just, I'm going to show you a couple clips here from Joe Budden that they put on Twitter yesterday. 2 days ago. So let's listen to this.
Play with the fears of oppressed people, because that's what this sounds like to me. I want to make sure that I'm not being as insensitive as I'm known to be, because he got his ass beat. But niggas get their ass beat all the time. Now, our heart...
So he believes that Jussie was attacked, but listen to this, because he thinks he knows it's a different reason.
Heart goes out when you start talking about hate crime and gay crime. But if the story comes out that says he went out to buy some pussy and got his ass beat,
You think that's what happened?
We not just.
I don't think that what they saying happened is what happened. I'm waiting to see footage. Just show me footage, and I'ma shut the fuck up.
All right, so that's the first one. Now there's another clip here. These are pretty good. This is fascinating.
Why can't we trust that there is black pain, that has happened?
So this, I mean, obviously these are people talking about black issues, and you know, so they're talking about black pain and whatever. But Joe Budden ain't buying it. Joe Budden's not buying it, and there's a few people out here like this.
There was a hate crime. Because I don't want to have to believe that all hate crimes only happen when there's footage around. You know what I'm saying?
Like, oh, no, I understand what you're saying. All right, let me not sound that ignorant if that's how I sound. I'm not saying there was no camera, so a hate crime couldn't happen.
It's questionable.
No, I'm saying what I mean. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's questionable. I'm saying I don't believe none of that story. I waited a week.
You know what?
I waited a week. They found Cousin Harold in an hour. They'll show you the footage of everybody. I waited a week to see. Listen, wait, hold on. Let me respond to Deani. Let me respond.
I didn't wait a week. I figured out the next day.
Because I've been unable to respond to Deani in an articulate manner. What I'm saying is, famous people, famous rich people, when bad things happen, and they want to cover the story because famous rich people do fuck shit sometimes.
Maniac Man, that's a good point. Black culture isn't necessarily friendly to gays. Yeah, you know, it's one of those places where it's kind of like the hidden secret. Not a hidden secret, but black culture isn't necessarily gay friendly. It can be in some areas, but it's not in other areas. Kind of like Muslim culture is not gay friendly. But you never hear about people, you know, the Muslim culture being anti-gay. There was a thing in New York about these schools. There was a big meeting of a bunch of Muslim people who were complaining about homosexuality being talked about in the schools. But you don't hear about that often. So here, and now one more clip from Joe Budden, which is pretty good here.
Famous people, famous rich people, when bad things happen and they want to cover the story because famous rich people do fuck shit sometimes, and you want to cover
they're human beings.
Yeah, like humans. You cover the story so you can protect your image, your likeness, and your career. I don't know if we feel the same way if we find out it's a regular crime. So let me give you and Scotty what's floating around on Reddit. Homeboy was at a very popular gay club in Chicago, like he frequents every fucking week. He was in there on his shit, being very hostile Diddy. He also is fucking somebody who's involved with a boyfriend. The boyfriend knows. The boyfriend plotted, followed him home. Him and his buddies beat his fucking ass. That's that story. My question to you is, because I'm not saying that I believe it, and I'm not asking you to believe it, but my question is, doesn't the sentiment change on this attack if that's the story?
If that's the story.
The answer is yes. The sentiment would, first of all, the sentiment would be completely different and you would never heard about this. You might have heard about it, but not with the ferocity that it went around the internet because the words MAGA country. Now, I don't necessarily even believe, I'm not even sure about that part of the story. I don't know if that's true. I know that's floating around on Reddit, and I've seen that story other places, and I haven't talked about it much because that's speculative of something completely different as a possibility. And it is possible that's the way it went, but even then, there's no evidence. I don't see the evidence of him being beat. And the rope thing, if he got beat up, what did he do? He got beat up on the way back from the club. Where'd the rope come from? The clothesline. Did he just, like I said, I'm still looking for the footage from Target. From the cashier's line at Target to see if he stopped and bought a clothesline on the way home. Because I'm wondering where that clothesline came from. Who's carrying around a clothesline at 2 a.m. when when it's 10 below, walking around carrying a clothesline and some bleach? Not the MAGA guys, not anybody, unless you stop to pick up some stuff to do some laundry. But then who uses a clothesline in downtown Chicago? I don't. Oh, whatever. Anyway, so that's interesting. Joe Budden he's a pretty big podcaster in the black community. So he ain't buying it. Now, the next one. Now here's another. This is more of an example of someone who believes this. And again, it's just the way things are framed. I think this guy, Brendan Geffrian, let's see, what's he do? 2-time Emmy Award-winning producer. Excuse me, producer at Entertainment Tonight. E.T. has learned that Jussie Smollett is back in Chicago and back to work on the set of Empire. We told security has been present and is of importance to everyone. E.T. has also learned Jussie is healing well. I love the replies to this. Healing from what? From that paper cut? Healing from that little scratch on his face? Here's him dancing at that. Yeah, his ribs are healing miraculously well. Of course, he himself said his ribs were not broken or cracked. Yep, he's healing well. Okay, hoax. Healing from what? Indigestion from eating Subway at 2 a.m.? Indigestion from a foot long, but it wasn't from Subway. Special sauce probably messed him up. Yeah, like I said, he was looking for a $5 foot long. Anyway, sorry. All right. Who else we got here? What's mine? What the hell? Okay. Anyway, so that's that one. What's another one? Oh, here's another one that I thought. Okay, so this is, I don't know what her name is. Tail spinning DJ. She's a DJ. Now, and this is just another true believer. This is from yesterday also. After all this stuff has come out, people, again, a lie travels around the world with the speed of light and 30,000 retweets. The truth sometimes never gets told. 1 week ago, I shared that the attack on Jussie Smollett saddened and frightened me, but didn't surprise me because there is a history of angry white men searching for black people to lynch in this country. Liam Neeson shows us it's not just an American, or just an America. What? It's not just, this sentence don't make sense. Shows it's not just an America that remains unsafe. Oh, I see what you're saying. So she's really talking about Liam Neeson, but it didn't. Where are all these angry white men searching for black people to lynch in the country right now? What year are you living in, woman? When the highest killer of young black men ages 18 to 25 is murder, and it's done mostly by other black men, I ain't worried about no white people trying to lynch me. Good Lord. All right, the lie will travel around the world before the truth can put on its boots. I make up my own quotes sometimes, I know. So one of the first questions defensive racists and supremacists like to throw to African Americans is, why do you just leave so happy? Whatever. You don't have to. There's no reason to. And then she's saying, well, we're exploited, attacked around the world. Whatever. Yeah. People are just telling her, it's a hoax. It's not real. Next one. Now this is, they're kind of a propaganda organization, but they at least somewhat have they are a news organization too. I think they're part of, say they're part of Vice Media, but it's Now This News. Now This News is what this is called. Our truths cannot be erased. Our lives must not be erased. We will not be erased. Celebrities and activists are speaking out against hate after the racist, homophobic attack on Jussie Smollett. This is a good. Sure, why not? Anyway, so I haven't watched this either. Let's see what it says. It's probably some just bullshit propaganda.
Was attacked because he is a black gay man. Neither of those truths can.
they don't know that because we don't know. We haven't found the assailants. This is according to Jussie.
Be erased.
Nor can we ignore what it means when those two truths collide.
To live at the intersection of racism and homophobia
means Black survivors of anti-LGBTQ hate violence
are 1.3 times more likely to experience police violence.
They're not
1.3 times more likely to experience 1.3 times more likely. Oh my God.
non-Black counterparts.
They are twice
Citation needed.
as likely to experience any physical violence.
Twice as likely to experience discrimination.
And one.
How do you know? I don't know how they come up with these twice as likely, 1.4. That's a pretty specific number. 1.4 times more likely to experience threats. How do they calculate that?
0.4 times more likely to experience threats
and intimidation during acts of violence.
Your experience.
Wait, what? What did she just say? Twice as likely. Okay, listen to this.
Experience discrimination.
And 1.4 times more likely to experience threats
and intimidation during acts of violence.
Again, so 1.4 times more likely to experience threats and intimidation during acts of violence. Isn't an act of violence already a threats and intimidation? If you're during acts of violence, the fuck are you talking about?
During acts of violence.
Your experiences cannot be erased.
Our truths cannot be erased.
Yeah, except when they find out Jussie Smollett lied his ass off. There's a truth that's going to be erased.
Our lives must not be erased.
Jussie Smollett is a survivor. His life has not been erased.
We will not be erased.
We will not be erased.
We will not be erased.
The violent attack against our
friend Jussie Smollett
is a
Good Lord. Hi, Chadwick. How you doing, bro?
frightening reminder that bigotry and homophobia
is alive and well in America.
Since the rise of the Trump administration and this Make America Great Again movement,
our Black LGBTQ family has been under attack by racists and homophobes.
Yeah, no. Been a lot of fake attacks, though. There's been a lot of fake hate. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go dig up a bunch of fake hate crimes, and we'll spend we'll spend some time on one a day. I'm going to do one a day, just fake hate crimes. That's a good idea. That might be my niche. We'll talk about fake hate crimes because there's been tons of them. There have been a whole bunch. I'm scratching my armpit in the middle of a stream. Look at that. What a weirdo. Anyway, there's a ton of them, and there's a whole. I think I'm gonna highlight one a day from now on, because only the ones though that are Trump related. There's been a ton of them since before Trump even got elected, and you're gonna see just how pervasive this is, and that's why I can always tell when the crime's gonna be fake. Or is the crime is fake, because they always got to put in something about Trump, something about a red hat, something about a Trump shirt, something about Make America Great Again, and then you find out it's fake. And I'm not even a Trump supporter. I mean, I am kind of, because he's his president. I want him to succeed as a president, but the more of this crap I watch and listen to, my God. Am I going to say this? I'm considering it. That's all I'm going to say right now.
and racist homophobes.
Between 2016 and 2017 alone,
there was a 17% increase in hate crimes.
There's that statistic again. When, what is it? It's something. I'm gonna go find that article. We'll do that one another day. But there is the number of reporting agencies has increased by about 50%. And so that's where the 17% increase in hate crimes across the country just reported, comes from. It's not that there are more hate crimes. It's there more hate crimes have been reported. And again, a very large number of those hate crimes reported have turned out to be fake. I'll find that tomorrow.
Across the country,
the FBI reported
during that same period that anti-black hate crimes went up 16%.
We can no
reported.
longer pretend.
There's a difference between
Trump's MAGA America and the America in which we live.
It's in the White House. It's in our schools.
It's in our communities. It's in the courts.
It's time to put those who commit acts of violence against our communities
and enablers of that violence on notice.
I agree with that 100%. I agree with that we need to put people who are committing violence in our communities on notice that it's got to be gone. But it ain't a bunch of MAGA hat wearing fools. I'm just saying. You know, why do we only care when it's white people doing something? That's just so stupid. If we're serious, if y'all are serious about Black Lives Matter, can we please focus on the people who are killing the most black people and fixing that? Because there ain't enough of the other ones. Everyone's got to go back to Dylan Roof. Every time something happens, someone talks about Dylan Roof. It's because you can't find any other ones. This shit pisses me off.
If you come for one of us, you come for all of us. Keep your hatred out of our communities.
Yeah.
Every time the media walks back on the truth.
Woo! Every time the media walks back on the truth, you're in for a rude awakening. I'm predicting that in the next 3 to 5 days. Actually, I said before 2 to 3 days. Next 2 to 3 days, we're going to get the truth about this Jussie Smollett thing, and the police are going to... Oh, good God. Yeah, they're going to be walking back the truth. They're going to be walking forward the truth because the truth is already back here somewhere. And they're going to come find it, and they're going to walk the truth forward.
We must walk it forward and fight like hell.
See? Yeah, we're going to walk it forward. Y'all ain't going to be happy when they walk it forward, but they're going to walk it forward all right. Oh, I thought I hit play.
To make it heard.
We can make the world we want to see together. The measure of our love for each other is greater than the measure of racist hate.
To all the kids out there, especially black kids, whether you're gay or lesbian, bi or non-binary, trans or everything.
It's like Pokemon. Collect them all.
We see you, we love you, and we will fight for you. We got your back.
We love you. We will fight with you.
And you know what? The essence of this message, I agree with. I think you need to have love in the world. I think you need to let people know that just because they're different, they shouldn't live in fear. But you are creating more fear by pretending that all this is just everywhere. It's not. You pick out, it's because every single case of one type of crime or action gets blown up in the media, and it makes as if it happens every day when you ignore the stuff that actually happens every day. I'm getting emotional. We ignore the shit that happens every day because we want the man bites dog story. And the man bites dog story get blown up every time by the grievance grifters. And the grievance grifters are making money off of you. And the news media is making money off of you. And I'm not talking about my audience. I'm talking about y'all. You know who I'm talking to. But you don't see that.
We're here.
We are calling on the media and our elected representatives to
Is there a single elected representative that doesn't condemn racism? Ask the governor of Virginia right now.
condemn the hideousness of racism, of homophobia, and the monstrosity of MAGA.
This is a political message, and they're I don't know. I can't even say it. I can't even talk.
Commit to standing.
I should have watched this before I put this on because it just pissed me off. I'm telling you, the truth will be walking forward really soon, and these people are going to feel like idiots.
Up for safety and justice, no matter how someone may identify or how they may love.
Jussie's experience is sadly not unique in today's America.
You're right. It's not unique in today's America. Fake hate crimes are everywhere.
At GLAAD, we send our love to our friend Jussie, who is a champion of LGBTQ acceptance and racial justice.
The other interesting part, and other people that people in the black community are mad about, that some that aren't so necessary LGBTQI2S LMNOP friendly, is that now, and I don't necessarily agree with them in this either, but they say, you know, if he weren't gay, this would not have blown up as much either, because that's the trending thing right now. And, you know, they're mad because when you look at somebody, you can't see that they're gay. But you do see that they're black. Now, I'm not saying that these crimes are happening as much as people want to think they are anyway. These are still very rare, but every single one of them gets blown up, so you think it's happening every day. You hear it on the news every time one of these incidents happens. And they might be 8 months apart, and it's isolated. We have 350 million people in this country. There's going to be some fucked up shit happening. Okay? It ain't happening on every corner in every city in every day in America. Does bad shit happen? Yes, but it doesn't happen every day. But I'll tell you what, every time something like this happens, you hear it across the country. But again, these people. All right. Anyway,
we may not know their name, but there are many more people who live under the threat of violence simply for being and embracing who they are. We will not stop fighting for justice.
Okay, enough of this shit. All right, so let's see. All I want to do now is I'm going to just check a couple things real quick. So Rick for Weagle, this is from a couple days ago. Chicago police say they are trying to, I'm sorry, I'll put it back up here. Chicago police are saying they're trying to match the rope that was around Smollett's neck to its point of origin. We talked about this the other day, to see if there's surveillance video of a person who bought it, because it was a brand new clothesline. You can tell if you've ever bought a clothesline before, they're wrapped back and forth, and then it's wrapped around it, and there's still the bends in it. So when you open it up, all the bends are still in it. So they knew it was brand new. And someone asked, isn't there a Target store in close proximity? I remember that mentioned with Chicago police checking outside cameras. It's right across the street from Fred's all-night discount bleach and news store. And I'm like, funny you should mention Target. There is a Target store about a block south from the subway where he ate, which is along the street he walked back to his apartment. Among first surveillance cameras police checked were those in the Target parking lot. Also, early reports from the reporters in Chicago stated the rope was thin clothesline type rope that appeared to be brand new. I'm assuming that it means it still has the folds from being packaged. The woman from his building who claimed she saw a redneck lording near the garage carrying a clothesline-like rope and stated it was blue and white. However, police dismissed her claims, because she made it up, as the rope Smollett possessed, per the official police report, was white. If this was a brand new clothesline purchase at particular Target, they will find the purchaser. I mean, this is a few days ago here around the, oh, that's just something I put a mark in there of what it was. I got a little message here. Oh, hi, Johnny. What's this? Police? Trafficking at airport. Okay, I'll look at that later. Oh, I'm still on here. All right. And then we already read that one. And what's this? Oh, that's the police report. I still had that police report up. So anyway, that's the update on Jussie Smollett. Good God. I'm predicting the next 2 to 3 days because they do have more camera footage. They've been putting that together. Also, the police have been saying that they've been a little more vocal about the idea that if he was just a second, my bad. Here, Jussie Smollett. They've been more vocal about saying if he did make a false claim, then he's gonna have to have some splaining to do. Let's just put it that way. They're going to they are going to prosecute him. They kind of made that statement. So, yeah. Here's the, I told you about DeRay complaining that Rafer Weigel is responsible for much misinformation disseminated by Chicago Police Department sources. Well, Rafer Weigel has responded. I realize this is a very sensitive subject and emotions are high, but if you blindly accuse Chicago police of spreading misinformation on Jussie Smollett and attack my credibility for quoting them when you don't know what actually happened oh God, I can't read. But for you to blindly accuse Chicago police of spreading misinformation on Jussie Smollett and attack my credibility for quoting them when you don't know what actually happened is irresponsible and unfair. And so it's funny. Yeah. So the first thing they do is smear the police when they don't like the information that's coming out. This activist will be the first to smear Chicago police when they charge Jussie Smollett of making a false report of a crime. Yes, they will. He should get super fired and literally ostracized by the entertainment community, but he's well, that's not right to say. He's a fruit, so he'll get a pass. I hope not. He should literally lose everything and go to jail if guilty, and he can have all the fun in there he wants. Yeah, you know, this is going to be interesting because if they do say that this is a false report, and I'm wondering how Hollywood's going to react because he's using people's hatred for Trump and he's using people's emotions on an issue that is very sensitive to the black community and the gay community of these hate crimes, and he's been using it for sympathy and you know, no one knew his damn name. Very few people knew this guy's name. They knew him as his character on this show that not, you know, it's a fairly so what would you call it? Somewhat of a hit show. I don't know its ratings. I mean, like I said, I've watched it. It's a pretty good show if you like, soap opera, type shows. But I didn't know his name. Nobody knew his name. I knew of Taraji P. Henson, who I could always forget her name, and Terrence Howard. They're the stars of the show. They are the patriarch and matriarch of the family in this show. I don't know any of the other actors' names in the show, although they do occasionally have, they've had some other big name actors that have been temporary characters in the show that, you'd know them if you saw them. But I had no idea what this dude's name was until this happened. No idea. Let's go back in. I'm gonna see if there's anything new here real quick. Yeah, Joe Budden. That's Joe Budden. Show me footage, and I'll shut the fuck up. David Webb. Chicago police say actor Jussie Smollett refused to turn on cell phone records to prove he was talking to his manager at time of alleged attack. Now NBC News has picked that up. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, we knew that. Okay, so they refused to turn on the phone. Okay. Also, down here, police now confirming on January 29th report. Now, yeah, CWC Chicago told this on January 29th, and that's where I told you this the other day. Police now confirming our January 29th report that Jussie Smollett's rope was a clothesline. Stick with us. The official story will catch up eventually. P.S. Rob Elgis is a great follow. I've been following him ever since this thing came out. So here it is, the update. Chicago police just announced that they have still not found video of any suspects, nor have they found any video of any vehicles in the area of the reported attack. Detectives have expanded the search area for the cameras to be able to provide photos of alleged assailants in this attack. A source familiar with the investigation told CWB Chicago that the rope was a thin clothesline straight out of the package. Now that was from the 29th. I remember reading that and I go, that's how. So I've been talking about a clothesline the whole time. It wasn't a noose. It was a clothesline straight out of the package. Now let's see what the other part he puts up here. So in Rob Elgis, first specific detail, we've learned the type of rope. This is on February 6th. So the source that's been feeding information to CWB has been accurate so far. That's great. Good to know. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah. I don't know who this is, but it's a brother. It says Twitter. Oh, interesting. So now this Liam Neeson thing is getting people wanting to believe the Jussie Smollett thing. Twitter. Jussie Smollett's story is suspect. Who just walks around trying to beat up a random black dude? Liam Neeson. I went up and down areas hoping some black bastard would come out of a pub and have a go at me or something so I can kill him. Totally different stories, dude. But let's wait for the evidence. Still, I don't care. I don't care if you want to believe Jussie Smollett's story. You want to believe it. Everyone wants to believe it. They want it to be true because they want to be able to use this as a proxy for President Trump. Okay? If you hate Trump, you want to believe this story even more than not. Just like with the kids. They're wearing Trump hats. You want to believe the story because they're a proxy for President Trump. Okay? I am a little more skeptical. Details reported use. And now this new details revealed in Jussie Smollett's case. Attackers reportedly use their teeth in incidents. Oh, that's from the police report. Taraji P. Henson praises resilient Jussie Smollett in hate crime. Attacker reportedly bit him during the beating. Wow. He had bite marks. Bite marks. What was that? What was that other dude's theory? That he was going out to buy some bussy? Bite marks? Oh, someone the other day too said something about this is actually funny. Let's go get this. I think you'll get a kick out of this because so someone here said an attempted lynching in 2019. Where's the get over it? It's in the past crowd now. This is absolutely disgusting, and it's a reality. Justice for Jussie Smollett. I'm sick. So someone here, this chicken swinger person says, it was fake. The whole Jussie Smollett news thing is likely some drunken homoerotic asphyxiation play gone wrong, and his gay lover was probably too rough on him. Bite marks? So I put not likely. Nothing in the police report or media of injury to his neck, and pictures since show no evidence of that either. At least the asphyxiation part, because if you notice in the when he was in his concert or whatever in the Troubadour on Saturday, there's no marks on his neck. No medical records say anything about his neck. The police didn't see anything about injury or rope marks on his neck. I was just thinking about that. Nobody has. But funny, then this person, oh, yeah, man, P-Dog knows what he's talking about with asphyxiation. I laughed so hard when I saw that, and like, you got me. Yeah, and so they were cool. I was a good sport about that. Anyway, so enough about Jussie today. Gosh, I wish I had more time for other things, but I'm obsessed with this. I'm obsessed with this, and I thought, with the MAGA kids, the first day I saw that one, I'm like, you know what? There's some bullshit going on about this, and I was right. I'm assuming that I'm right about this. Again, my caveat is I could be wrong, and this could have happened, but right now there's only a 60-second window where it could have happened, and I want to see what happened in that 60 seconds. Because they have video of him walking from the subway, and between all the surveillance cameras, they only have 60 seconds where they didn't see him. And when they got him again walking into the building after that 60 seconds, he had a rope draped around his neck like it was a necktie. So, and he walked right past security in the building. Didn't ask them to call the police or anything. But again, then he said the manager guy met the police down in the lobby and said that he didn't want to report it, but they thought they had to. But I don't know, people. It's just one of those days. What's that Limp Bizkit song? One of those days. Something, bullshit, something. Do y'all even know who Limp Bizkit is? I don't even know the age group I'm looking at here. If you know who Limp Bizkit is. Anyway, just one of those days. So we're going to skip headlines today. I'm not going to maybe I'll do a quick Twitter, see what's trending on Twitter. We'll do this real quick, but I got to get this done for today. Trending on Twitter, What Men Want. That's a promoted one. Who knows? Let's see. Yeah, he said, she said, bullshit. There you go. Johnny Hellcat knows a little Limp Bizkit there. Okay, trending on Twitter today. Apparently Wells Fargo had some sort of outage. Customers are voicing their concern and frustrations after an outage caused online and mobile banking to stop working. The bank says they are working to restore this to the public services as soon as possible. People are talking about, y'all trusted Wells Fargo? Sometimes online shit doesn't work, Me canceling my date tonight because the nigga got Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo right now, even though millions of customers are without access to any of their finances for literally no reason. Hey, you know what? People, let me tell you something. If the online banking at your bank doesn't work, it's Wells Fargo. They have branches in your town. If you're really desperate, drive over there until they get the shit fixed, okay? It's not the end of the world. But, I don't know. Anyway, what's the next thing trending on Twitter? Enough of Wells Fargo. The thing I miss most, what? This one seems obvious. Something about baseball. Bitch better hurry up and make my sandwich. Things I miss most. Eating breakfast in front of cartoons is the thing I miss most. I used to love doing that. Man, Saturday mornings, my parents would sleep in sometimes, and I would just go get a bowl of cereal and watch cartoons all morning. Because for some reason, I always woke up early on Saturday mornings. Are any of y'all old enough to even... I mean, of course, Saturday morning cartoons is a thing if you're my age, because, you know, you didn't have Cartoon Network, and you didn't have all these, you know, all the other cable companies that put cartoons on. So, but all the networks, the three networks, at least in my town, the three major channels all showed cartoons on Saturday morning. And that was like the big thing. Kids would get up, watch cartoons, and then you go out and play after cartoons. So I do miss that. That was kind of fun. Things I miss, that Shaft. Quick bit dropkick action. Things I miss the most. What? No. Anyway, that's trending for some reason. Who knows? Green New Deal. Any proposal to radically reduce U.S. carbon emissions in the near term while also completely phasing out nuclear power is not a serious proposal. Yeah, this is Green New Deal excludes nuclear and would thus increase emissions. Yeah, that's one of those things that some of these people just don't understand. It was oh, here we go. According to Forbes, the Green New Deal excludes nuclear and would thus increase emissions, like it did in Vermont. Vermont is the home to Ocasio-Cortez allies and Green New Deal advocates Senator Bernie Sanders and climate activist Bill McKibben. Both insist the world can be powered on renewables alone. But consider what actually happened in their own state. In 2005, Vermont legislators promised to reduce emissions to 25% below 1990 levels by 2012 and 50% below 1990 levels by 2028 through the use of renewables and energy efficiency only. What's happened since? Well, Vermont's emissions rose 16.3%. That's more than twice as much as the national emissions rose during the same period. So, you know... Energy is a tricky thing, man. You know, yeah, people want to try to do renewables and try to do wind power and, you know, solar and hydropower. There's downfalls to all of those things. There's no magic solution, and while people are trying to invent, somebody's going to invent some way to pull the hydrogen out of water and make that run your engines, and when they do, they'll become the next millionaire or billionaire or trillionaire or whatever we need. But you know, you still got to have the good old-fashioned sources of energy until we figure that shit out. So, and you know, I personally believe that nuclear power could be an option. It's options in a lot of places, but you just got to learn. You have to figure out how to make it safe and how to get rid of the, you know, leftover crap that comes from it. So anyway, that's the Green New Deal. What else is trending here? Oh yeah, 2 minor bullet points at the bottom of NPR's summary of the Green New Deal. Oh yeah, so there's an article at NPR about this too, and here's here's the minor bullet points that are at the bottom of the article, which no one ever reads that far. A guaranteed job with a family-sustaining wage, adequate family and medical leave, paid vacations or retirement security for every American. High-quality health care for all Americans. Now, yeah, so you're going to guarantee this and not allow for more people to come in through immigration? Who pays for all this? It's just, you know, it's kind of silly. But that's what they want to talk about. Okay, what else is trending? Let's get through this. Thursday motivation. Is there any good motivation today? Any good motivation? Okay, no, I don't. That's not motivation. I know that you want to talk about other things than 30, you know, and they want to talk about the Virginia baby killing is fine. Yearbook photos are a problem. You know what? I agree with that, but that's not motivation. That doesn't motivate me. Actualizing my potential, embracing my sensuality, celebrating the sunset with a giant bong. In short, hedonistic spirituality and lust. That's pretty funny. Come on, there's got to be some. Oh, that's kind of cool. Look at that shot. That's a beautiful shot. I got to get my camera out. Go take some pictures of eagles down by Lake, whatever that lake is down in southern Minnesota, where all the eagles hang out. And I don't mean the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean actual birds. All right, enough of motivation. What else? There's got to be something interesting trending on Twitter. What's going on here? Jay Dilla? Who the hell is Jay Dilla? What's Jay? Anyone? What the hell is Jay Dilla? Never forget, Jay Dilla toured Europe in a wheelchair 2 months before he passed receiving dialysis between shows and making beats when he had energy. Oh, it's whoever Jay Dilla is a rapper who has medical issues. Okay, I don't. It's his birthday. Oh yeah. Okay. Why is he trending? Anyone never heard of Jay Dilla? I never heard of this dude. I'm old, man. I'm old. Gucci trending. Oh, what did Gucci do wrong? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Gucci made a blackface sweater? Are you kidding me? Damn it, Gucci. What's wrong with you? A blackface jumper. And Adidas pulls Black History Month shoe? Look at this. We consider this is Twitter, Gucci. We consider diversity to be a fundamental value and to be fully upheld, respected, and at the forefront of every decision we make. Gucci has removed a sweater from all its stores after accusations that the item resembled blackface. Gucci issues an apology. Following back, look at this sweater. What the fuck is that? What the? In the immortal words of James Brown, good God! Balaclava knit top by Gucci. Happy Black History Month, y'all. That looks fucked up. I wonder if those kids from Covington were wearing that during their blackout game. Okay, I didn't need to go there. It's 2019. When are we going to stop stereotypes, etc., as marketing tactics? As a marketer advertiser, there's a team responsible for checking stuff like this. But the problem is, if no one sees a problem with it on the team. Gucci, you're dead wrong. Look, as stupid as this sweater looks, I guarantee you that this had nothing to do with... It had nothing to do with blackface. You're looking for shit to be angry about. I mean, it's a dumb... Gucci should be apologizing for a dumbass looking sweater like this. That's what they should be apologizing for. It's a dumb looking sweater. Okay, we're going to be talking about Gucci all day now. Good God. Okay. Good God. Oh, yeah, I saw... So here's City... Okay, Johnny Hellcat, you sent me this link. Cindy McCain apologizes after police dispute claim she stopped a child trafficking attempt. Yeah, because it's Cindy McCain, this will take some of the heat off of Jussie Smollett. What's going on with her? Apparently, apologizes after police dispute human trafficking claim. I'm actually going to look at this story tomorrow because I'm running out of time here. But we're going to be talking about Cindy McCain all day. Jussie Smollett is off the hook. Who do you love? Probably something about... Oh, what? I wasn't prepared for this. Who do you love? I don't know why this is trending. I don't care. And the last one is Michelle Rodriguez. Who is Michelle Rodriguez? Michelle Rodriguez said Liam Neeson can't be racist because he kissed Viola Davis. FYI, slave owners had sex with their black victims all the time. Yes, our favorite brother from another mother, grievance grifter extraordinaire, Tariq Nasheed. Okay, so Liam Neeson, she's gonna be trending because she said something stupid. She said something stupid, but you know, I kind of haven't gotten into the Liam Neeson story. I haven't read it closely because I've been so obsessed with Jussie Smollett. Maybe we'll talk about Liam Neeson. I don't, you know, he said some stupid shit, but you know what? This was from some, you know, I think his biggest mistake was even telling this story. He thought it was going to get him some props and cred and whatever, and it's backfiring spectacularly. But Michelle Rodriguez, good Lord. Tariq's not necessarily wrong. But, you know, it can't be racist because he kissed Viola Davis. What? That's just I don't know. Whatever. I mean, I don't think Liam Neeson is racist. But, you know, she's going to get dragged all day too. People just want to be angry, man. People want to be victims. There is so much currency and outrage. That's why the grievance grifters are making money, and why the grievance grifters even have a platform, because there's just so much currency and outrage. I can't stand it. Hey, you know what? I got to be done. I got to be done for the day, because I'm gonna try not. I don't want to blow a gasket, and I very well could. So you know what? For those of you who are here, I so appreciate you. I know Alan, Johnny, Chadwick. Who else is left here? Nitz was here. I think Nuts was here, but she had to leave. I appreciate y'all who hang out in my live stream every morning. You know, please, you know, down here, hit that share thing, or just, you know, retweet it or whatever. I appreciate that. We'll grow as we grow, but I'm just having fun doing this, and even if it's just 10 to 15 people every day, it's worth it for me. It's fun. I hope you get some entertainment out of it, and I just hope that I hope you're watching. I hope I'm getting better at this too, because that's one thing. I wanted to do this to see if I could do it, if I could get better at it. I know I talk about Jussie Smollett too much, but just because it's a great story. But the biggest thing is that I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much. I'm here Monday through Friday, roughly 9 a.m. Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, whatever that is, 7 o'clock a.m. West Coast, what time, and whatever that is in Great Britain, Australia, and everywhere else in the world. You can figure it out. And I have down here, you can see, where is it over here? Way over here. There, right there, my Twitter account and my Instagram account. Go check out my photos from my brother's wedding. I have a few up there right now. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. My name is Dawg Knight, and I am out of here.